You want to talk about hindering an investigation? We'll talk hindering an investigation. So I, semper, semper fidelis, CLOVE, Nicoleta, communicat, communicat, C, cat, EO, N, Nicoleta, C, beautiful, okay, sarai, sarai, sarai. I mean, it is like trying to train monkeys. I swear to God, I know that you all think that you're some form of human intelligence, but it's like, I beg to differ. I am like the only living, moving face. Like my lips move. It makes sense to echo chamber and LA. It might not register and make sense with the ear and the gears of the living around here, but it doesn't surprise me. I got one person I'm looking for and his team to help him go, okay, well, let's put this in some form of logical order for you all, because you just see, we seem to be hitting, like, I don't know what we're hitting. We hit brick walls, apparently, because the end all be all, it starts with, it ends with, final say, and first say. That's called hearsay. Yeah, we're here now. This is our alien extraterrestrial life. We were here once before. This is our afterlife. We'll live here for a while. We'll help you for a while. We'll move on. When the calendar turns vampirically again, oh my God, it'll be our next afterlife. Oh, look at that. Yeah, right. He and I apparently live on an aardvark. Yeah, that is what this is called. ARDVARCK. Noah. NOAH. Ark. ARCK. D'accord? COR. KOR. Pure. PURE. Do you understand? It is like trying to establish communications when the whole world just died off. I mean, it's been like that since I was little, but I just didn't have like a Looney Tune painted technology. You know what I mean? And then it's like I send myself to North Carolina. Well, Judy helped me get to a site. Like she knew I was extremely smart, and she knew something was up, and Lynn and Lou were like really slow in the autistic scale of things. Like in my world, aardvark, you've got to be like high autistic to like communicate and have some register of value. Yeah. So Lou and Lynn, yeah, they're like, we'll give them 0.5 perhaps of like out of 1 of like, they were there when I was born, and they helped reach stuff on top shelves, but that was about as useful as they were ever gonna be. Not much has changed, so I'm still sitting with 0 flapping gums, talking, making any kind of sense. I look on the TV, I hear on the TV very little, because what coming, it's like, that's about how useful, because I can't translate that. I can't translate what comes out of their mouths when I look at people either. I'm like, yeah, huh? Uh-huh. Okay, so where are you going with that? Like, what was the purpose of coming over and speaking? Because, you understand? Because I live in a very small world. It's Linda, Lou, Nicole. That's it. Then I had a couple of kids. Now I got them to communicate with, but not even anymore, because now they're in a different situation. So I got multiple dimensions of problems with you all throughout the years. And now it's like I just saw some prince made some, or king made something with someone else about some oil, and I know that oil and silk, OIL, brackets, silk, SILK, bracket, means something very different when it's in the fake news. Fake, F-A-K-E, bracket. You understand? I get there's StatComs going on, but I don't even know, is Russia, did they learn their dictionary of diction and fiction and spelling for the special operations for the Grand Enterprise Project? Did they learn it from Britain? Did they learn it from America? Well, if you learned it from America, because that's where your enterprise is, Russia, who taught America? Because this is America right here, and I didn't teach anybody. So I'm just curious, where did you get your dictionary that you can run something on in the world? It begins and ends here. I didn't give any instruction. Elizabeth won't step aside, because she didn't even need to step down. She just needed to move over and then let my family get to SUR territory, so this way they could establish the Grand Enterprise entering back into the next afterlife, which is what you call the second coming of Christ, which is in the occult, which is the providential. I know that you all heard these words. Yeah. Well, instead, what happened was Elizabeth didn't want to move over, didn't want to start any big deal. She wanted me to go quietly away. So what they did instead to protect fucking Elizabeth, who has zero, Z-E-R-O, zilch, Z-I-L-T-C-H, zip, Z-I-P, Z-Z-E-D, nada, N-A-D-A. Queen Elizabeth has zero alphanumeric value on the SUR, S-U-R, face, F-A-C-E, of Earth. E-A-R-T-H. T-H is Planck's value. It's a 5 with a line in it. Hello? This is the surface of Earth. The only one. I have a twin. That's why we're so important. The crown is not important. Not the one in London. Although the people, yeah, I get that. But, like, she's hurting because she doesn't even know what's going on elsewhere because their people, Germans are bad. Nazis are bad. Russians are bad. They're communists bad. Right, so then how, if they're all bad, we got the second coming of Christ who's going to be calling you out on your non-approved visual look and bloodline, because you're not even in the Christ family, for stepping down if this goes sideways for this kid. Now what do we do? Because now they've had a head start. The whole rest of the world thought Nazis were bad, Russians were bad, Americans were bad. Britons are always bad, because they're the ones confusing the rest of the fucking world. But now I got China, and not like the Ma China, because that confuses when you write it down, because they're not even allowed to have a pearl block runic. Like, they're not even allowed to be acknowledged, because they're so far out of enterprise. Same thing with Arabiki. Arabi, Scarab, They have their own language, their own writing, their own script for a reason. They're not in enterprise. They're a totally separate system. They're one of my cloves of Brussels sprouts, but they're not even in the Brussels program. They're in a totally different program that I sit outside of to protect them all. And I don't even know if they're transcribing that properly. So, like, this is a very big project. It was supposed to, this is the afterlife for us. This is not the first time we've been here. There's documents. There's a system involved. I wasn't supposed to have to communicate this because they jumped from behind to ahead. They've known about this, and what have they been doing? They knew that Elizabeth was a problem 2 wars before. So when the end-all, be-all, face of Earth says to you, if I'm at 40 and doing this, there is a consequence for all of the non-essentials, which currently is all the stinky fish that keep flapping their gums but haven't walked into action in order to resolve my life situation. There should have been zero Peter. Peter, Peter, is a liar. Liar. Lie. Lie. Yes. Then there's another kind of lie. It's a chemical. It burns your skin off. Oh my goodness. Yes. That is why we link the pew pew together. It's all there. So this way, when the resurrection and the afterlife is coming back for a second coming of Christ, in the easy to recognize, two persona, two-way, one man, one woman, together. I mean, you've heard these things. I know that they make no sense to you, but like there are real people in the world where it does make sense. So who's arguing with who? And why can't you get a big enough group together from each of the countries that are inside of the vampirical system that want to remain royalty and know what the second coming of Christ means outside of the rest of the fucking Arabickies and slants and whatnot? You understand? I mean, there's like a whole big world out there. How do I communicate enterprise not being money value, being resurrection and like the and love of and supposed to help everybody with communication because of the major system? I don't need people jumping family lines and paying off other people because they want to get into some systems analysis or whatever job to learn out headgear for their own people or based off of my own. Well, this is the dangerous world that you've been fucking leading us in. Just because you won't either execute, bang, bang, dead, Elizabeth and all of her family for causing this 40-year delay in LA. You understand? E-L. L-E-H. L-Lay. L-E-H. Lay. L-E-L. Yeah? Isabella. C. This is so... I don't understand why this is taking so long and where we are losing comm stats on, like, humans speaking one form of Anglais for one Isabella and one Nicholas. It's Nicoleta, but, you know, I mean, it's not even spelled that way on the commune, on the birth certificate.